Hello everybody and welcome to Fate GO Babylonia episode, what are we on, 14? I think we're on 14. Oh man, I'm not going to check that, I'm just going to say we're on 14 anime review. What I have put in my notes, I've called it the prelude to the end, because it feels like we're building towards the big old final battle, which is kind of weird because we still got 6-7 episodes left, so it's going to be a big old final battle. I think it's going to be a lot of There's going to be a big fight at some point, and it's going to be awesome. I'm predicting it now. I'm making a big old prediction. It's going to be good. But yeah, no, this episode itself, burnt my tongue earlier, can you tell? Primarily focused on it was the calm before the storm. That's a good way of putting it. Like, they're prepping, they're talking, they're doing the whole before the final battle talk things, doing a lot of stuff. They're planning. That's always good. Planning is good. But anyway, yeah, let's just get into the episode, see what went down and everything. Let's do this. We begin with everyone returning from their just delightful trip to the underworld. Anna's there waiting for everyone with her hood down. Oh my god, doesn't she look familiar? I wonder who she could be. If you haven't figured it out yet, I don't quite know what to tell you. But I'm still not gonna like reveal who she actually is, just in case, because spoilers. But it should be pretty darn obvious at this point. It should be very darn obvious. But anyway, yeah, then it's the strategy meeting with all the main players. Like, Ketz is there, Gil's there, he's back to life. They make such a... They barely, like... There's no big, like, oh, good to see you a lot. I guess they just saw him about 10 minutes ago. So, yeah, not really. But, yeah, basically, the plan is... Basically, they're going to be screwed if they try and defend. So they're not going to do that. We're going to attack the main base with our little... Fujimaru squad. Yeah, that's a good way of putting it. Gil is like, hey, throw the axe, Ketz. And she's like, I can't really do that because Three Goddess Alliance, I can't really break that, I'll get hurt and whatever. Merlin's like, I got a plan, throw it to me and then I'll hit it. So, and then that is like it's like a loophole basically. And they're like, okay, that's good, and that works. So that's their plan, and incredibly brief. They talk for a bit longer than that, but whatever. Afterwards, Merlin says farewell to Gil, and he says, hey, we'll meet again in the distant future. And I'm like, what does that mean? Have they met again and I'm just not aware of it? Or is it like a lore thing? Is Gil also in the place? I don't know. Not sure at all actually what he's talking about, but whatever. Fujimaru and Mash say goodbye to the town and everything too. There's an old lady who wants to thank Anna for helping at her shop and basically stopped her from dying, stopped her kids or whatever from like burying the body, basically so she could come back once they dealt with Ereshkigal. Good stuff. And then she gives Fujimaru and Mash a little flower, like a headpiece or whatever, to give to Anna. So yeah, she's gonna have a good old time with that. Oh no, the old woman is like, yeah, it was very nice actually. She was like, yeah, that young one and all that youngling. Give her the flower thing. It was good, but goodbye to the city of Aruk. Barely knew ya. Up next we have this segment which I've just called the talking segment, because that's what it is. Traveling. Fujimaru talks to Merlin for a bit, and he talks about why him and Gil are similar. I've gone quite quick over the talking bits, basically because you watch the show, you know everything they said. I don't need to go too deep into every little thing. Basically, he was talking about how they both like humans, but they don't have any attachment to humans, which is an oxymoron, or a contradiction, whatever you want to call it, it's one of them. He then says about how he wants to see the end of humanity, but just to see the last human's dream. Like, in a good way though, he doesn't want humanity to end, especially, like, oh, humanity sucks, they need to go die. He's just like, because he thinks there'll be a good at the end or something. Humanity's happy ending is, I think, what he said. I remember him saying that. So it's like, he's not a bad guy. He's just I don't know how to explain it. He is a character, and I do like that it's not just so black and white with him, and a lot of people actually. After that, Fujimaru talks to Anna and gives her the flower crown, and she's like, hey, I wanted to be liked and to like humans, but I don't. I hate humans. And she's like, I can't accept the flower crown because the old woman's grandchild was killed by the demonic beasts, and now she's like, I'm fighting for the people of Aruk, yeah. And I think also at some point she says, if you haven't figured out who I am, you've probably figured out my true identity by now. And I'm just sitting there like, yeah, The game spoiled it for me. Can I say spoiled? Whatever, you know, because I got her. That's just how it works. I got her. She's not called Anna. She's called her actual name. So that's how that works. But everyone knows who it is at this point, right? Is there anyone watching who hasn't figured it out yet? That's a good question. I wanted to bet the answer is no. Final segment, the attack has begun by the demonic beasts. They're holding the wall. Jaguar Man, Jesus, I'm dying here. And Ket are both helping out. Then Enkingu shows up. Enkingu. I'm clever like that. Shows up to, she has a little fight with Ket, and it's pretty damn cool, as all the fights in this show are for some reason. That's the thing. People say like the other arcs, like the previous ones, the earlier ones, aren't as good. But if they have like good animation, like the fights in this one had, I'd be alright with a slightly not as good story. And you can like tweak it to make it better for anime. I think they could do it. They might not need as many episodes, but you know, they could do good stuff there. I hope they do. Anyway, not talking about that now. We're talking about this. Fujimaru and team get near the temple. Ket gets the axe, throws the axe, like just like that, over the head like that. No, she does like a hammer throw. Like in, that was something weirdly off topic. Hammer throw, really good at that in Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games. So on the Wii, with you have to twiddle your thumbs, not your thumbs, your wrist. Anyway, getting distracted again. She throws the axe, but instead of Merlin catching it, or not catching it, but you know what I mean, he just lets it hit the temple, which of course means Ket gets some backlash, and she does. Like, Jaguar Man says, like, over half your divinity's gone. Fortunately though, Enkingu doesn't finish her off. He's like, I'm just gonna head back over there and deal with that. And she's like, Merlin, you son of a bitch, look what you've done to me. Don't know why he did it. They go into the temple, the main party, I guess, who I should have probably specified who it is. It's Mash, Fujimaru, Merlin, Anna, and Ishtar. Is there any more? I think it's just them ones. Yeah, it's just them ones. I got them right. They go in, and there's these humans in the pods, and then Mash is like, we've got to save them, and Fujimaru's like, we can't, Mash. We have to deal with Gorgon. He's very serious. And then yeah, they arrive at Gorgon. Mash gets a little talking to, because Gorgon's like, you don't know how much of the world sucks, little girl. Fujimaru, you know what I'm talking about, right? And he's like, yeah, I sort of get you, but I'm not joining you, you still suck. So I refuse to accept you. And then Anna takes her hood off, she put it back on at this point, and causes something to happen to Gorgon. She like sees her weird and calls her a monster, and then Anna's like, you can't see me. References. And more stuff. I thought I could save you, but no, I can't. And then she unlocks her mystic eyes. Her little headdress disappears, and I guess her mystic eyes get unlocked. Ooh, who else do we know that has mystic eyes? I wonder who it could be. You've all figured it out, right? I'm not going to spoil it, but I think it's pretty obvious. But anyway, yeah, that was the end of the episode. I feel like I've had less to say on this one, but it was definitely a prelude to the big old fight. They're going to have a big old fight with Gorgon next week. Enkingu's probably going to show up again. Maybe Ushiwakamaru will show up again, because she was getting dipped in the mud, I remember. I've not forgotten that, I still remember. Matey Boy's still alive. Benkei, he's still wandering the wasteland, so he might show up again. Is there anything else I've forgotten about? I feel like that's everyone accounted for. Maybe not though, I don't know. Maybe, I've got a feeling that Kingu is going to fight Gilgamesh again at some point. I've just got that feeling. Maybe Gilgamesh will take to the front lines and everyone will be like, it's bloody Gilgamesh, now we can fight stronger because our king is here. Not too sure. As I said, I've not played the game. I say every time, probably. But yeah, don't mind the bad CG on Gorgon. I know I called it bad CG. That's just what you call CG. So, you know, I think it does. I think it looks a lot better than a lot of other CG. So I'm fine with it. Yeah, the big old fight next week. I read an article about this. They said they're still like way ahead of schedule for this show. Like they're already like got a few episodes further done. Which, to be fair, with how well this is animated, I'm amazed. Like they must have started way earlier, and you know, hopefully they don't catch up and then the last few episodes are just animated like crap. Hopefully that doesn't happen. But they seem competent, so like that shouldn't happen. Anyway, I've started rambling about other things now. Doesn't matter. thank you everybody for watching this review. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, subscribe and like, comment, and other good things. Check out the main channel as well for other good content. I'll see you next week for another episode of this, and bye guys.